All right, the Reds, Monday mornings, talking Reds from a wind-blasted Liverpool waterfront. James Sutton with me today to have a bit of a chat about the Reds. We're going to start off looking at the agenda that the boys have knocked up here with a Mignolet interview that is in the Liverpool Echo today. It's a big one, there's lots of different aspects to it, but one of the aspects he talks about, James, is the fact that he thinks this is the best squad he's ever known. He says it's the general quality of this squad is the best I've ever known. When we play 11v11 in training, it's like being involved in a top match in the Premier League. Now, I remember, I think this shifts as the season goes on, because I remember at the start of the season there was a graphic kicking around showing sort of almost like a shadow Liverpool v the Liverpool you expected to be the first 11, and everyone looked at it and went, strong that, looks really good, you know, strength in depth and all that. I think what always happens though is as the season goes on and, you know, you'd have to maybe bring some players in or there's an injury or two, it always happens where everyone goes, it's not strong enough, this squad, we need to buy loads of players in the window. And you know, you're seeing a load of the shadow lads, if you like, come in against Wolves. We go out the FA Cup and surprise, surprise, there was fuming about that. I mean, where are you on that, what he said there about the sort of the quality of this Liverpool squad compared to what you've seen in the past?
I think, yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, I've said to you before, you know, I mean, I'm a big Simon Mignolet fan. Now that he's not playing.
Harsh.
But harsh but fair. But he's terrific, you know. And actually, what he's saying, you know, the general quality of the squad is the best that he's ever known. I think we'd probably echo that as fans. Actually, you know, the depth of this squad now is certainly, you know, in the past sort of 10, 15 years, I've never known anything like it. And also it's interchangeable as well, which is the really kind of exciting thing. And it must be great for him great for him, obviously it's frustrating not being in, you know, in the starting 11, but it's great for him, it's great for any player to be surrounded by such quality and such depth and know that you've got this gang of lads that are on your side and will, you know, if someone's out, you've got someone else that can just step in.
Oh, hello. The ferry's just letting on there, just to prove that, you know, that wasn't scripted, but, you know, just proving that we are on Liverpool's waterfront there. I mean, you know, I think Josh has knocked this up today and he says, is that the big difference, some sort of the 13, 14 squad? I wrote something about this the other day, not specifically about the comparison, but just touched on it. And my one for that was I always felt 13, 14 that it was a great ride and it was good and, you know, obviously like we had a great chance of winning it and essentially blew it. But there was a bit of a red zone feel about it, was the way I described it. And what I meant by that was, you know, when you had people like Ali Sissoko coming in, you know, you got a period of football out of John Flanagan that he's never been able to replicate since. You know, you had Moses kicking around, who, with the best will in the world, wasn't the best. And when you look, you know, you compare that squad, yeah, there was the superstars who could win it for you, and that was largely what happened. And you know, we had more. It wasn't just Suarez, Sturridge. It was Gerrard, it was Sterling, you know, etc. But it still felt that when you sort of dug below, you were ending up there was poor quality players really getting a game. This squad is definitely better than that, isn't it? The only other one I think which he hasn't put down here, I remember sort of 08-09. That sort of the spine to that squad was fantastic in terms of, you know, that was the best midfield in the world and all that kind of thing. But nevertheless, you know, do you think, I mean, we are still in the window as well and we're still being linked to players. We're not going to do that, don't worry. We talked about that. I mean, some of the names that Liverpool are being linked to, this is why we get Rob Gutman to do the Gutter Show. This is why, because he is obsessed with transfers, obsessed with watching YouTubes of players we are linked to. And it's fair to say me and James aren't. We were just saying, when you used to play like Footy Manager and all these things, that was a way of getting to know certain names and stuff. See some of these names that are linked with Liverpool now and just go, I've got a clue.
Never heard of them.
But my point being that, you know, this current squad, would you still like to see it in an ideal world strengthened in this window, or are you okay with, you know, the signs going up, we're shut for business, that's it?
I think we all know that, you know, we still need a couple more players. I think that's probably fair. Because, you know, injuries happen. I mean, if you look, you know, you look at where we are at the moment, certainly defensively. I mean, no one's going to complain if you bring in another decent centre back or, you know, a full back. But, you know, it's a long season. We're in a fantastic position right now. We've got a great start at 11. Yes, there's a couple of players out, but actually, there's no one in this squad now that I don't rate really. I mean, Mignolet aside, bless him. Sorry, Si. But there's no one that I think, he's absolute pony. I wouldn't want him anywhere near the turf. But I don't remember that happening ever in my lifetime.
You a Moreno fan?
On his day, at least he tries. I mean, he's not. There are worse. there are worse players out there than Albi Moreno.
Yeah, okay.
And he's no. It's. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. If we get 1 or 2 in, that'd be nice.
See what happens. It doesn't look that way at the moment, but we are still being linked with players, as I say. So there will be a gutter show, no doubt. Well, today, in fact, that was a good link, seamless. So yeah, if you want to subscribe to the Anfield app and give that a listen, it is people talking who know what they're talking about with the targets and the people that Liverpool are being linked to. That isn't me. That's not what I'm in it for. What else have we had? Sadio Mane's also been speaking to the press. He's talking not only about there was a bit of a thing, wasn't there, about why Sadio not signed the deal, and he's sort of saying, of course, I was always going to sign, and of course he was always going to say that. We'll never ever know the true story, but he's here to stay, it seems, and that's good because he is obviously a cracking player, and he's talking about being even more competitive, which is good. Touched on something around this last week on the Talking Reds I did with Craig Hannon, where there's a James Milner interview on the Graham Hunter podcast, and he was talking about Milner on that, saying basically what we've all been saying, which was quite good to hear about. He still feels like there's another gear to go to, and they still feel like they can play even better than they've played already, which is interesting, because what Mane said here is we are very competitive, but we know there's even more to come. So he's saying the same thing, and he's saying in many ways the team is stronger and we produce some very mature performances, but hopefully we'll hit our top form when it matters most. I mean, we're top of the league. We're top of the league by 4 points. We've got 60 points already in the bag, which is unbelievable. And then you've got significant first team players, happily talking in front of cameras and microphones, saying we can still get even better. Yeah. I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it?
It is. It's a mentality thing. That's what we've got this season that we didn't perhaps have as much of last season. Is a mentality. There's a real strength of character, and actually, you touched on there, mature. We've produced some very mature performances. That's what I've got from this Liverpool team this season. Is a really mature way of doing their business. They go out there, they identify exactly what they need to do, and actually, we've got different ways of playing as well. Which definitely. Last season was very much a case of we're just going to run right. We're just going to score as many goals as we can because this lot at the back. It's not, they're not quite up to it yet. But this season, it's a tale of we can grind out a 1-0 victory. We've come from behind. We have blown teams away, and I think he's right. I think we have got another level to step up to, and hopefully we get to see that before the end of the season. But my God, I mean, if you'd have asked me before the season, now 4 points clear, I mean, come on, mate, you'd take that all day, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I would also take Everton being shit and an absolute laughing stock as well, and that appears to be the case.
You couldn't resist, could you?
So thanks to Blues, yeah. I mean, that's not on the agenda, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. Also been asked on here to give this a shout. Liverpool's ladies team, Liverpool women, are playing West Ham tonight at Prenton Park, Tranmere Rovers ground. Back-to-back league-winning manager Matt Beard, who formerly used to manage this team, he'll be returning to face the Reds in the opposite dugout. It's £5 for adults, £2.50 for concessions. It's a good way to get kids to the footy. This, I think, I know with my daughter that she enjoyed, watching women having a kick about, basically, because, for her, she wants to play footy. It was hard for me to find a team for her at a young age and things like that. And so it was nice to go to that match with my daughter and say, there you go. There's women making it professionally, kicking the ball around.
£5.
£5 as well, £2.50. And she really enjoyed herself. We went a few times, actually. So give it a go. Get down there, support them. Good way to watch some football, get you out the house on a Monday night as well. In terms of the Anfield App's Tour Player, the subscription podcast that we do, there is a gutter out there today, as I say. There's also the free show, as ever, on a Monday. The Anfield app will be out there as well. We're also recording video-wise the preview show today, because Liverpool are, of course, playing Leicester City at Anfield on Wednesday, 8 o'clock kick-off. Briefly, how do you see that one going? Are you worried about it, or do you just look at the Reds now and go, do you know what, we're boss?
I don't think anyone's particularly worried about anything really this season, are we? At the moment, I mean, every like I said before, every challenge we seem to come up against, we overcome. this is just another one of them. Leicester play some pretty decent stuff. I think they probably admit they're not quite the team they were a couple of years ago. They're sort of up and down. They're a bit all over the place. And there's not a huge amount of consistency with this Leicester team. It's at Anfield. It'll be a cracking atmosphere. Who doesn't love an evening game? Also, and there's a lot of reasons to be positive. I don't imagine anyone going there and thinking this is going to be anything other than 2-0 Liverpool.
There you go, 2-0 Liverpool. You heard it here first from James Sutton on Talking Reds. That has been Talking Reds today. As I say, check out all that stuff as usual. Go to the AnfieldApp.com as well to find writing on there as well about the Reds every day of the week. Loads of new podcasts as well. Loads of video over on the YouTube channel. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. That's all the plugs, isn't it?
No, not quite.
No, what have I missed?
My show.
Oh, sorry lad. Come on.
Right, so I'm doing a play and it's brilliant. Can I have 2 seconds?
Of course you can.
Fantastic.
Fill your boots.
This is great, this. I feel like I'm in charge now. Shift over, Gaz. So I'm doing a play. It's a national tour called Caroline's Kitchen. It's for a company called Original Theatre. We are touring the length and breadth of the country. If I do say so myself, it's one of the funniest plays I've ever read. It's fantastic. Loads of great stuff in there. It's coming to the Everyman the 19th of February. It's going all over the country. We're doing Bath. We're doing
Cambridge.
Cambridge. Thank you very much.
Eastbourne.
He knows. Go to originaltheatre.com for tickets and come and see me do some comedy. It's a lot of fun.
Also as well, because he won't say this, but I've watched this man act and he's very, very good. And also as well, I think loads of people do that thing where they'll go, not for me, theatre.
Trust me.
But do you know what? It's worth a go. I mean, I went to see him basically because I like him. Not because I thought I'm a big theatre man. And I went and I enjoyed it.
It's decent, isn't it?
It was good. Honestly, it was good. I'm gonna go see a new play.
It's a different night out and come along, it's a lot of fun.
There you go. Top man. Up the Reds.